Hi guys.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Welcome to episode 4 of Once Upon a Captain Swan. This is Sarah, and with me this week we've got JMO.
Hey guys.
We've got Jenna.
Hello.
We've got Lindsay.
Hiya.
And Gabrielle's here.
Hey.
So this week I'm really excited about because it's basically just going to be one giant Captain Swan love fest.
The
The best kind of
Yes.
love fest.
Yes.
And even though I realize that we are a Captain Swan podcast and pretty much every episode is a Captain Swan love fest, but today in particular we're going to talk about the best of the best. So we're going to be doing our top 10 favorite Captain Swan moments.
Yes.
Yay.
And the way we compiled this list is each of us did our own, and then I went and compared them to see which moments overlapped that we all had in common, and then we ranked them and we were able to get one master list. So we're going to go through all of those top 10 moments and talk about them.
It's gonna be fun.
Yes.
There will be laughs. There will be tears. There will be
God.
fangirling.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully there'll be no arguing.
No, it's all happy, positive thoughts here, guys.
Yes.
Yes.
It's all love here.
Yes.
Just love.
Love.
All right, let's get right into our
Yes.
top 10, because it's going to take us a while to go through this and talk about it, so let's just jump right into it.
Absolutely.
All right, number 10 is the first date.
Yay.
And by the first date, we mean the entirety of it, from Emma
Yes.
asking Killian out, to the actual date itself, to the hallway scene at the end of it.
So let's start up with Emma asking him out. That was so much
Oh,
fun and
so-
so cute. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
So cute.
I know.
I appreciate the fact that it started off with her and Henry, and she asking if it was okay, and he's like, "Not really." Which you don't want your mom, you don't want to see your mom be unhappy, but it's be new for him to have a new man in her life, because he knows he's gonna be there for a while if this goes well. So he's like, "I'm not sure about it, but I want you to be happy," and that's the one point I took away from Henry. At least he wants his mom to be happy.
I like how he pushed her at the end, like a
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I
like a
love
parent
how
does for a
this.
kid.
I love how this came the day after the I Can't Lose You 2 scene, because I love that Emma took the initiative in this scene, because it shows that she finally realized that yes, they need that quiet moment that they've been harping on for like the past two or three episodes. And so she finally was like, okay, you're right, we need that quiet moment. You know, I can't keep avoiding this and coming up with excuses like Ice Queen and Snow Monster. So I love that she was the one that finally did it.
Yes.
And it was so much fun as well to like see them like flirt each other and have like that banter kind of thing. You know, I think, you know, obviously last season was so serious and full of angst. And it keeps rewatching it again is making me think, I need that fun, flirty kind of thing again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. I really miss those kind of moments. Just them kind of having a laugh together and being like nice and comfortable together and just having fun. I definitely miss it too.
Also, the fact that he missed the dart.
I was just
I know. I was just going to say
Yeah.
that actually.
That was the
So
favorite
much
part.
fun.
Yeah.
And then the one fun tidbit about that being that as they were filming that scene and Colin like had to miss it, but yet he got the bullseye as they were filming instead of
Yeah.
missing it.
I love that blooper. That blooper was great.
Yes. Yes.
And the different one where he pulls the face as Emma walked out. I was like, but it just shows how much fun it was for them to film and what great chemistry they have and what fun it is.
Definitely. But what I love as well is just after he misses the dart, when he does that little head cock thing.
Yes.
Yes.
He's like, "Wait, are you joshing me? You're doing this right now?"
It's like,
Really?
wait, what?
I like how he's so old-fashioned. He thought he was supposed to do it. So
Oh.
yeah.
But I like that it was Emma to do it first.
Yeah.
She took
Yeah,
that
because Killian's never been one to like push her, so he's always waiting for Emma to lead, and Emma's finally taking the initiative, and I think she's only grown from that every episode. You know, she's been more open.
Yeah, I agree.
And I love that it almost seemed like he could sense how nervous she was, because then he turned it right back around with like the flirty banter and was like, well, that's because you haven't been out with me yet, you know? Like, and then she just gets so red in the face.
I don't pillage and plunder on the first date. You know.
I bet her expression, it was just...
Anytime she brings out the pirate talk, I love it.
Yes. We need more of that, please.
Buckle some swash.
Yes.
I so desperately want to see her with Smee, like her and Smee interact. I don't know why, but just
Oh
I think it'd be
yeah,
fun.
that would be really interesting.
Like, you think you know him better than I do, kind of thing.
Yes.
Yes.
They both know different versions of him,
That's
so
Yeah.
it would
Yeah.
be quite interesting, sort of the differences they'd have story-wise and talking about like things like that. Definitely.
I'd be curious to know if Smee remembers her from the Captain Swan movie.
Oh.
Oh, good one.
Yes.
I don't know.
Question. Good question.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll leave that one hanging for the listeners.
So now we move on to him picking her up at the loft. With the
Oh my
parents
gosh.
being all parenty with the
Daddy
pictures.
Charming.
Yes!
Yeah. I
And
mean,
then
she
Ella-
tried...
Overprotective Daddy Charming.
Overprotective Dad Charming.
What I
I
loved
also
about-
love the Elsa. Is that just the corset? Where's the rest of it? It's the rest of it.
Says the person wearing a corset. Like,
Yes.
So the person that doesn't change their clothes. Like,
Yeah.
Jeez.
I just love how like everyone's flustered, like even Emma's parents, everyone's just all making it into like a, because it is a big deal, and because it's just the first time we see Emma like this, and it's a game changer, I would say.
Yes. I
nothing
agree.
makes me happier than when Snow and Charming just become proud parents. And treat her like she's like a teenage girl. I just think it's so precious.
And
then-
what is David wearing in that scene? Plaid flannel.
Plaid flannel.
Yeah.
that's for you, Kim.
You're welcome.
I love watching it again recently with my housemate who's just seen it, Tim. And when the door opened and Killian was there the first time in his normal, his normal-ish clothes,
That's so sexy.
and I was just like, his reaction was the same as mine first time. He was literally just like, "Oh, hello."
Yes.
Yeah.
He looks so sexy.
Emma's foot pop is everybody.
Yes.
Just the,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
Now,
Oh.
had anyone else seen it before the episode aired? Like, I am
Yes.
like a spoiler whore, so I had already seen the outfit.
I did.
Was it a surprise for anyone?
It was for me because I only watched it this year because I only started watching them this year.
Okay.
So, and I wasn't kind of in the fandom at that point. So yeah, it was a bit of a surprise for me. So
I had seen the spoiler pictures, but still, it was still a surprise for me.
Oh,
Like I was like,
it's
yeah.
When that door opened and her reaction was just absolutely beautiful.
And the thing is it was reaction just to the outfit because she hadn't even seen the hand.
I love that
And she
part.
didn't
I love
even
that.
what I love so much about that scene is the fact that she didn't even notice when he hands her the rose. Because that is not
not
something
important.
it's not important to her. Like that is such a
No.
significant moment.
That's
yeah,
just,
definitely.
she didn't care. She was looking at the whole package, not just the
Mhm.
details.
Yep.
Which
Just
is
like the rest of us.
And it's a lovely package, I must say.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
which is just refreshing though because I know a lot of times the emphasis has been on like Hook, so everyone sees his Hook and he's like, oh god, it's Hook, and they're all like really put off. And she's just like doesn't really take it into consideration. It's kind of she's just accepted it as part of him.
She's always accepted him as he
Exactly.
yeah.
No matter what.
And I love that they continue to acknowledge that through these little moments throughout the past couple seasons, like when she holds the hook or just like
Oh.
kills me every
My heart.
time.
Just treats it like it's his hand really, which
Yep.
is like yeah.
So what do I call you now, Captain Hand?
Killian will do.
But so he looks gorgeous, but Jen looks absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, that whole outfit is one of my favorites.
There
of
was
hers.
so much controversy surrounding that dress, and I just
Ugh.
think it's so unnecessary
Why?
because she looked stunning.
It's such bullshit.
Such bullshit.
She's got this great burden upon her, and to see her just so happy and looking beautiful and all dressed up, I think it should. I don't understand. I just don't understand it.
Yeah, some people are saying that you can't be girly and be badass at the same time. Excuse you? Yes, you can.
Absolutely.
That ponytail's badass, okay?
Thank you. It's a badass
Well,
point.
what? So, like, people are not supposed to ever make an effort when they want to. Is that what people are saying?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, basically.
you should never dress up.
You can't know, because Emma was like dressed a bit more girly than usual. It's like, well,
Yeah, they felt like it was
Going on a date.
her feeling. They would argue that it was her conforming to what she thought he wanted, and it's like that is so not the case.
She wanted him. She
just wanted
to
to
dress up. It was
dress
her
up.
first
For a
date.
date. God, yeah.
Wow.
I
People
think-
just
Get your head out your asses.
anything.
I think that's the thing, though. It's like, for some reason, some people think that you either have to be girly all the time,
You know.
or not girly all the time. And it's like, well, there's plenty of people who, in their day-to-day lives, might not be that girly, but, they like to dress up on special occasions, and it makes them feel nice, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I relate to that on so many levels.
me too. That is me in a nutshell, completely.
Exactly.
She wanted to do it because she felt good. She didn't think it was going to be, it wasn't something that he wanted to see. She wanted to be pretty because it made her feel good.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And what girl does not want to feel good
Thank you.
every once in a while?
Right?
Absolutely.
She could have shown up in that red leather jacket, he would not have even cared.
Exactly.
He would still look at her like she was the most beautiful thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's never pressured her to, like, be anything more than she is.
No.
Or anything different than she is.
And
He,
then
like...
at the very end of that, we get, don't worry, your daughter couldn't be in better hands. That's exactly what worries me. Now you have two of them.
And his face, Killian's face as he's like walking her out the door is one of my favorite things.
Yes.
He's like, don't worry, I got this, babe.
She's like, I can
Like
take
a
care of
proper
myself.
cheeky grin.
Bye.
And then it's like,
So
oh, do you
cute.
think I was too hard on him? And it's like, well, you weren't really hard on him
No,
at all,
you
to be
weren't.
fair.
No,
You
you
could have gone a lot further.
He really
Yes.
Maybe that's his mate. So.
But I like that moment with Charming as well, because I feel like sometimes he's so arrogant and, like, full of himself, and I like that kind of little bit of self-doubt he had there. Like,
Yeah.
he wanted to be, I don't know, he wanted to be less arrogant when it came to kind of Emma, I suppose. He doesn't want to push her away,
Yeah.
perhaps.
He became full-fledged overprotective dad in that moment, and it was so cute.
I love it.
Well, I love the contrast between that from Good Form, where he said he'll never get Emma, until the date where, he's leaving with Emma. and
Captain
he's smiling
Charming
back
has
at-
come so far, and it's
Yes.
amazing.
I don't think we've gone an episode without talking about Captain Charming, and I love it.
I really just want to do an entire episode on Captain Charming. Like,
Let's do it.
Put that on
Do
the
it.
list, girl.
Why not?
Put it on the
Add
list.
it to at least.
okay, everyone listening out there, if you want this, let us know, and we'll make it happen. If you can handle a week off from Emma, and just want us to talk about Captain Charming, let us know, and we'll do it.
You can tell that it's our, like, second favourite character.
Totally is.
I actually watched a YouTube video the other day about Captain Charming, and it was like really emotional. I was like, oh my god.
I love it.
All right, let's go on to the actual date. Where apparently there's another restaurant in Storybrooke except for Granny's. Who would have thought? Who would
We
have
don't know its name, but it's
Yeah, it's
there.
nameless. Yeah.
A
Apparently
wonderful
it's
Italian place, yeah.
I headcanon that it's called That's Amore, since the very first thing we get is two people sharing spaghetti.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. I like that.
Yeah, we accept that. Yeah.
Lady and the Tramp.
yes. And that's what they kind of were. They were a lady and a tramp.
Yes.
Oh.
So like when we walk in, like Killian's so like willing to impress her. He's holding out his chair, getting all ready for her. And I just think it's so cute.
And that silk shirt he was wearing with the waistcoat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man.
Sexy.
I miss him not wearing his jacket.
Right?
He never does that anymore.
That's
I know.
true, yeah. That was the first time I got the no jacket because he didn't have the hook on.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I really wish they'd just come up with some way of him not having to have his jacket on all the time.
Yes. He needs a job where he can work shirtless.
I accept both.
I think, so the date thing, what I kind of found quite interesting was Emma. So she was really trying to separate herself from all of the rubbish she usually has to deal with and all of the like stresses and everything, and just try and just be there with Killian. But then it just kind of is a bit of a foreshadowing that it's like not gonna be that way. It's like she just gets, this will comes, and then there's that whole like thing with that, and then she's like about to chase after him, and then she's like, no, like.
No, I
Yeah,
love that
JMO
part.
and I JMO and I earlier today were talking just about that same moment. How it's one of my favorite Emma moments where she's just like, nope, not gonna do it. We are on a date.
Yeah, she's just like talking stuff for like 30 seconds when she realizes that Killian is actually like going through his own like mental conversation.
Struggle, yeah. Are we not going to talk about his little shit-eating grin when he talks
Libations.
about libations? That is a GIF on my phone, and I will never get
One of
rid
my
of it.
favorite gifts.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
live.
He's so saucy in that episode. It's just like, I
Good
love
word.
it.
He is saucy. God.
So saucy.
But yeah, I do think that was a bit of a foreshadowing for like what was going to come, and the fact that they never really get a moment. Like, it's always interrupted and there's always something going on.
It's not fair, is it, really? Because they deserve all the cute moments, especially now, where we are in season 6. So.
I like to pretend that in between season 4A and 4B, when they did the time jump and there was like 6 weeks that we didn't see, I'd like to think that they had so many dates in those 6 weeks.
I agree.
Well, we've had references to dates, but never seen them, because
Right.
like in season 5 when they're on the Jolly and Emma goes to get the sword, because she says, like is it like old time's sake or whatever, when they used to come there together and have dates and stuff. So I just want to see some of them.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's been like, I feel like they've not really had like much time. Like, it's one thing after another, and it's like, well, can we just sit back a bit for a moment and go on a date, just chill out. There's always something going on. It's like, it's too much sometimes for me.
Mm-hmm.
I also love at the very end of that particular scene, we get to see them holding hands, both hands, for the first time.
Yeah.
And just the interlocking fingers and seeing the rings and everything. It was just a beautiful moment.
Yeah, it was.
I love that.
Yeah.
Despite loving the hook in him and accepting him, I had a feeling that she did like being able to touch him fully in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And him as well.
Mm-hmm.
He would have loved to. Yeah, that's why he got the hand back to hold her fully, and,
Exactly.
yeah.
And I love how tender that kiss is as well.
Oh, we're going to the kiss now.
Oh, okay.
Jenna just
Whoa.
jumped up.
Whoa, come on.
Okay, well, first off, the fact that scene in the hallway, she's wearing his jacket.
Yes!
Which is precious.
Yeah.
It
I
must
wish
have been
I would've
cold
seen him
out.
put it on.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen leading up to that where she's kind of like shivering because, it's frozen outside. So he gives her.
I think he wouldn't even let her get to that stage. I think immediately it'd been like, as soon as it walked out of the restaurant, here you go, it's my jacket. He wouldn't have even like waited, I think.
And I never realized how badly I wanted that scene.
You're
Yes.
so welcome.
I know. So
do I need to
cute.
do the thing again?
Yes, do the thing.
Why not? Yeah, it's your weekly thing now. This is your weekly
Apparently, you always tell me to do the thing, so I might do it.
You just need to make all my headcanons come to life.
Yes.
I'm like Ursula. It's what I do. It's what I live for.
So then we get the origin of coffee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, with the flirty looks and everything.
It was such
Red eyes.
a cute flirty scene.
Oh, so cute.
And I think I just loved it so much because it was such a gentle scene. Because I think we've seen a lot of them butting heads a bit, or being quite, I don't know, confident, kind of commanding in a way, I guess. But
Yeah,
they were both just
It's a nice way of putting it.
gentle in the way they were treating each other, and it was like a different kind of connection to what they'd had before that point, I think.
Yeah,
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, when Killian asks her out again, he does sound quite vulnerable, and I think that's
Also,
That is-
that's for me. That when he says that line, I think that is one of the hottest lines to ever come out of his mouth.
yes.
The way he
So,
looks at her.
His eyes are so damn blue in that scene. It's ridiculous.
I know.
I cannot take my eyes off of them. Oh my god.
And that kiss.
Ugh.
That kiss.
When he moves his hands and he wraps his arm around her back and then he just
Going up to her
moves
neck.
to the neck.
Oh my gosh. That's
Dead. Absolutely dead.
What I love as well on Tumblr, like, there's like a tag where people who haven't even watched it, they like tag like reblogging it because I haven't even watched this, but this is like the hottest thing ever.
Yes, I've seen that post.
Yeah.
People are like, I don't even watch this show, but I ship it.
Yeah, those are some of my favorite posts on Tumblr. It's like, I don't watch this, but I totally ship this just from my dad.
It has like thousands of notes from people who haven't even watched it, but they still ship it.
Right? I love it.
Their kisses are always so hot, though. There's just something about them. They're just so much chemistry, and they just feel so real. It's like,
And then she pulls away, and it's like, she is all of us in that moment.
like her smirk on her face. Oh my gosh.
She is fuckstruck.
Over
Yes.
her. She was like, "Good night, Killian." Giving her best so flirty. I was
Yes.
like,
The way she was breathing, like.
and then we get Snow and David on the couch. Just
Yes.
So how was it? Tell me everything.
What restaurant did you go to? Did you kiss? Like.
He's like, we don't need to hear.
I don't want to know.
And like, I just died laughing when they keep talking, and she's like, I can hear you guys.
Maybe he has changed. Yeah, Dave, we know. Get with the program.
It gets fair eventually, don't worry.
Right.
Just gotta keep watching.
Yeah.
Okay, we almost spent 20 minutes talking about number 10.
Yeah. to
Let's-
be fair, it had 4 parts.
True.
So.
Okay, but let's move on to number 9.
Yeah.
Okay, number 9 is the confirmed true love from season 5.
Mm-hmm. Validation. It's happened.
My favorite thing about this whole scene is that everyone else got their true love confirmed by true love's kiss, like breaking a curse. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what everyone anticipated happening for them, but it wasn't. It was something totally different and totally unique. And I think that just sums up them, you know, how everything has not been the stereotypical fairy tale romance. Like, it's been, you know, based in real world and just so different. And I loved everything about how this was confirmed.
It's not cookie cutter. It's not by the book. Their story was created in the book. Let's be real.
Yeah, now they're handing out true love kisses like to everybody, so it's like now that they have their own.
Yeah, I love that they just got something so unique.
Yeah.
I laughed when Killian said, "Oh, it's the rarest magic of all." And it was like, well, actually, when you think about it, it doesn't seem to be on this show.
He was so vulnerable in that moment, and he just so unsure, and just he was like, "There's just no way that she loves me this much."
It's like a role reversal because Emma was like willing to take the risk, and where he was more cautious.
Yeah.
In the past, it's been the way around.
That's always been them, though.
Yeah.
Really
I feel like after everything that had happened, though, like he's been so beat down after everything, so it doesn't surprise me that in that moment he doubted himself more than anything, because he was still beating himself up for everything that she had sacrificed and gone through to come rescue him. So
yes,
I was just gonna say, I think the thing with Killian at that point is, you know, it's still got so much guilt from the fact that he gave into the darkness so quickly and all that kind of stuff. Even though he decided he's still going to go back with Emma, I think he still had all of that guilt. Mm-hmm. And I think maybe he thought, well, maybe I'm not good enough to have true love.
Yeah.
Like, rather than...
That sounds like Killian, yeah.
Yeah, it does. He's self-deprecation at its finest.
Yeah.
One of the best parts about that scene is when he says, why can't you express your feelings when one of us is facing death? And and she was like, I don't know. I just have my walls up for so long. I guess I just, you know, I forgot I can't be that way. But I can't be like that with you, which was nice.
So important.
Yeah.
I just love the initiative from Emma. Like, she's willing to take the risk now. You know, she's like, I don't know, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And that's the reason why I love the scene so much.
I think one of the big things about the scene for me as well was I actually preferred this than True Love's kiss, because it was kind of more about choices, and I think I found that like resonated with me a lot. It's like the choice yourself really makes the difference. So it's like if you're willing to fight for something, then it will be, you know, true love or whatever. Like it'll happen.
I almost see them as not necessarily being destined for each other. Like, you know how like Robin and Regina, it was destiny there.
Yeah.
But Killian and Emma chose. I think they chose to be each other's true loves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just think that's so different and so incredible.
And Emma has done the choosing a lot. She chose to kiss him in Neverland. She chose to ask him out on the date.
Mm-hmm.
She chose to make him the dark one so that she can, you know, be with him. And she chose to get rid of the darkness by killing him and choosing to go get him back from the underworld. It's been all about Emma trying, you know, breaking down those walls and choosing him over everything else.
Yeah.
I just like how they both chose each other in that moment. Like, she chose to save him for the fire, but he chose to save her heart and take the fire. You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Such a good scene.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Definitely.
It is. And
I think
it just cements like this is true love. This is Captain Swan. But not going anywhere anytime soon, haters.
Yeah.
Exactly. Take that.
And like, I remember watching that episode and just being so elated and just having like these tears of joy, and then 2 seconds later you're destroyed. Which we'll get to, but like the contrast in such a short amount of time is like from such a high to such a low.
That was a roller coaster episode. Seriously,
Damn you, Jane.
I cheered, I cried, I laughed, whatever. I did everything. It was
I know,
too
same.
And just the looks on their faces after the door opens is just so fantastic when they actually realize that this is in fact true love, and what they've been wanting for so long is actually there. And I'm getting emotional just thinking about it, guys.
Yeah.
Everything, all the choices they made, everything they've gone through was like, it was all for them. It was all worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. I think regardless it was true love or not, they'd still love each other. But like, that was true love.
Yeah,
That makes it
absolutely.
more
That's
special.
what Killian said. He said the same thing. So yeah, we knew that completely. You know, it doesn't matter to him at the end of the day. He loves Emma, and that's all that matters. But it was true love. So
yeah,
I kind of like the fact that it didn't matter to them.
Yes.
Yes.
Because like I feel like a lot of other people are like Regina, like she wanted to find her true love. Like it was like always about true love and this, that, and the other. I don't know. I just kind of like that it doesn't matter to them. It's like they don't really care if it's true love or not. It just is what they want.
So it makes them happy. The key is their happiness, and they make each other happy, and that turns out that it's true love. So
it's a beautiful thing.
All right, let's move on to number 8.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Let's cool down.
Shake it off. Get ready.
It's gonna get hot in here.
Yeah. Number 8 is the Neverland kiss.
Good
Yes.
indeed.
So my favourite version of this kiss is the Entertainment Weekly version without all the music. So all the sound effects, and it's quite beautiful.
Let's just admit it's hot.
I can't believe they use this as a sneak peek. I'm like, you're giving away the best part.
I remember watching it and I was like, oh my god, I need a cold drink right now. That is hot.
That's what got me shipping CS.
Really?
I was like, what? It's such a good.
If you didn't ship it by then, seriously.
That's part we get that kiss, and we get all the Captain Charming in that episode. It's just so good.
I mean, it's one of those, I think it's still, even though they've had so many other kisses, I still find this one is
Top
like
five.
the hottest. It's the most sexual anyway, put it that way.
Well, because neither one expected that kind of kiss. Like when they break up, like when they pull apart, they're like fuck struck, totally like.
They are. She's grasping his collar, like what? Trying to,
Well, she's like about to fall over. She's like, whoa.
Yes.
I mean, and let's be honest. In the end, I don't think he could have. I don't think he handled it. I think he was surprised at how much he could not handle it.
No, he did not handle it. Ooh, the popping of the tea is still one of the best things he's ever done. Love it. And that little like I believe a leave with thanks is in order now. And it's just that the finger on the mouth and just the cheek.
Tapping the lips, yeah.
Ah, why? Why are you like this? And why do I love it so much?
It's so cheeky.
He is, you little cheeky little bastard. That's so good.
Also, shout out to the Princess Bride reference. It's one of my
Yes!
favorite things ever.
As you
Yeah.
wish.
And
As you
Jen's too,
wish.
like, Jen said that's
loved
one
it.
of her favourite.
Yeah,
I bet that smile after he said it is like
totally genuine.
Genuine, yeah. Also, I think one of the reasons why she decided to kiss him is because I think there was like a lot of sexual tension. I don't like you guys who didn't really quite ship it. Me shipping it from like the beginning, I found there were a lot of sexual tension. And I thought that Emma thought, oh, I'll kiss him, get it out of my system, then move on.
Yeah.
I don't think she was expecting that kind of kiss.
Yeah.
I think she was probably
Definitely.
so tense from everything that had been going on, and she's just like, I just need to get this out of my system.
Right.
Yeah.
I will just say, one time thing, my ass.
Oh, yeah.
Well, even she told Snow, she said she was feeling good. She hasn't done a kiss in a while, and now.
Yeah, that's the thing. If it didn't mean anything to her as well, I doubt she would have, like...
Yeah,
told
she, like, immediately
Snow.
was like, I kissed Hook.
She had
couldn't
to
even
like
hold
get it
it
out,
in.
yeah.
Yeah. If it didn't mean anything, she wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, and
Right.
it's with the mum as well. It's like you don't really share that kind of thing with your mum unless it means something.
Exactly. Now I need a cold shower after talking about that.
Yeah, like you said.
Well, we're moving on to number 7, which is another great kiss.
Oh.
Yes.
But,
It,
a little bit of a controversial kiss.
but yes. Very
so,
much.
number 7 is the graveyard reunion from Last Rites.
Oh,
Yeah, so
dear.
Emma basically jumps on him. I mean, like, I think if it was like a HBO show, it would be seeing something a little different.
Yes!
Yeah, she would have had her legs wrapped around him and everything.
Yeah, because she just like basically just leaps on him and she didn't get a chance to talk. She's just like, ah.
I love... She just kept kissing him everywhere as well, though. It was so great. It was like just pure, unreserved joy and relief and just happiness.
The kisses
And
on the cheek. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, you guys are so cute. I can't.
And he can, like, his ears go red and everything, which is like, he's so like cute. I love it when his ears go red.
I
He's
know.
so happy.
And there's like
Someone asked-
there's one point where like he just has this giggle and this big smile on his face, and it's like you've never seen that on him before.
No. And
No.
he's trying to get a point across as to why he's there, and she's just like, what? He's like,
I don't
"Dude,
care. I
I
don't care.
And then she just jumps him and kisses
Yeah.
him again.
I really do love it because it's just so... Both of the walls are just completely down. They're just there together and nothing else matters. And it's great.
Pure, unadulterated joy
Yeah.
is what it is.
Like little puppy dogs. I was just like, oh, they're so like little puppy dogs.
I think someone asked him at the FT4, was the kisses, was it in the script? Was it scripted? He said it was implied, but it wasn't really necessarily scripted for her to, kiss him like cheeks and stuff.
It is played beautifully. Like, I think both did a brilliant job. Like, Emma's like being grieving and she's suddenly here. She's like so emotional and so happy, and like Killian's just like, oh, I'm just so happy you're safe, and it's just a really like mixed moment, and it's so beautiful. I think they've done a great job. Colin and Jen, seriously, all the awards to them, absolutely
Yeah.
brilliant this season.
And the thing
Or last
with
season.
scenes like this is you read the script and then you get on set and you're like, well, wait a minute, this almost feels more natural. Let's try this, or let's try
Yeah.
this, And I think that when you just talk about that with the director, and I think that's how these things develop. So, you're not necessarily reading, oh my God, Emma kisses him 50 million times on the cheek. It's probably just like, hey, she's probably really
Yeah.
excited. Let's just try this and see how it works, and if it feels natural, blah blah blah. And
I think it also depends on what it looks like on screen, because it's like
Yeah.
sometimes there'll be something in a script, and then when they actually do act it out, it's like, actually, that's probably not the best visualization of this. We can probably do something better.
right.
So, things change a lot. I mean, they just
That's why
do.
they do so many takes, because they need to get the
Yeah.
right one, and sometimes they have to work on it. Like, okay, this is not quite working. Let's try this again. They never usually do it in one take, and it does. That's why they're on set for a long time doing. Remember that time Colin was on the roof for like all night?
Yes.
Like a
Yep.
2-second scene. It's what you have to do. It's part of a job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm guessing we're going to avoid talking about the controversy.
I don't know if we should or not, should we? I don't know.
All I'm gonna say about it is I understand where the Robin fans are coming from. I totally get it. And you know what? My second reaction, my first reaction, of course, was this is incredible. But then when I rewatched and I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I understand. Do I wish it had been in a different location? Yes. The scene was perfect, but I wish it had been in a different location. However, he was brought back to his own grave.
Exactly. I was gonna say
what they should have done is their grave should have been in different areas.
More.
Yes,
definitely.
Should be make it, that's my point. Make it more like it's Killian's grave. Look,
exactly.
You can't even see it in the shot. You can just see a tree that was by his grave.
Exactly.
It's not emphasized enough.
I agree.
So I don't think that it was done intentionally to harm Outlaw Queen fans. I think it was really just an oversight and just a convenience that the graves were near each other. You know what I mean? I think it was just they wanted to get it all done in one area to save time, and I just think it really was just a matter of convenience. I don't think it was them trying to upset people.
No.
Oh, no,
so, but I totally understand where the Outlaw Queen shippers are coming from, and I feel their pain there. I mean, I loved Robin. I miss Sean.
Yeah. I miss Sean so much.
I definitely don't want to downplay how upset they are over it, because I totally hear them and I get
Oh, no.
it. So.
Yeah, well, when I watched it, and obviously I'm a Captain Swan shipper, and I was very happy.
Really? You don't say.
Yeah. No,
You want the right podcast, see ya?
Tell me
That's news.
Everybody, Captain Swan podcast. I'm a Captain Swan shipper. Just getting that out there. But yeah, I did. Obviously, I was happy that Killian had come back. But I did have the first time I watched it, I was really happy that he was back. But I did have an underlying feeling of being a bit uncomfortable, just because of the fact that she was he did pop up at Killian's grave. But it was just so close, and I did feel a bit uncomfortable about it. I felt that I personally what I wanted was them to do Robin's funeral, and then maybe for Emma to have her seen at Killian's grave after that.
Yes.
And then him come back
Exactly.
then.
And then she turns around, and then she feels the and then he says Swan.
A little bit of different editing choices, and I feel like it would have made everyone much happier.
Exactly.
Also, his grave. So why couldn't we have done that? There was a scene at his grave, so
Right.
Could we easily have done it?
Yeah.
I agree.
I would have, and honestly, I really would have liked to have seen Regina to be the last person at Robin's grave.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, it didn't make sense for Emma to be the last one at Robin's grave. Like, they didn't
Well,
need
I
too much
understand
time
that
together.
Emma feels totally responsible.
True, but still.
But still, I think it would have been more appropriate to have just a last shot of Regina standing over his grave.
Yes.
I think so too, definitely.
Yeah.
With Roland.
With Roland.
Oh
Oh my God. Let's not go there.
But yeah, let's not.
Yes, please not.
I'm trying to be positive here, guys. Come on.
Another time.
Yeah.
Another time.
That is for another
Another
time.
episode, maybe.
Right?
Let's move on to number 6. Number 6 is from season 4, episode 3.
Yep.
I Can't Lose You Too.
My favorite kiss.
Oh, I think mine too. At least one of my very top ones.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Oh, yeah, because Emma's
He was so
finally
intense.
She just broke down in front of him, pretty much, just saying, I can't lose you too.
And this was one of the first scenes where we really learned her true, how strong her feelings are for him.
Yes.
Because she had been avoiding him for 3 episodes and kind of being nasty to him, and then for it to all come out like that, I just thought it was wow. It's like all those walls just came crashing down immediately.
I was gonna say it's one of the first times we see him chipping away at those walls.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yes. That's why I love it so much.
Yeah.
I think
Everyone I've been with is dead. It's just so brutally honest.
Sorry. I was going to say, I think it's a massive moment for Emma because, she's had these walls up for so long, and I think it's just got to the point where she can't keep them up anymore. It's that's why you get so much emotion coming out, because it's everything that was pent up is just gushing out.
Even after she says it, you feel you see she gets a big relief. Because she said it. She's finally said it.
That chip on her shoulder has finally been released, so she can admit it.
And Killian looks relieved as well. He's like, oh,
He was
finally,
surprised.
You know, so,
Finally,
yeah,
it's opening up to me.
Yeah.
yeah. And it's like, oh, love, seriously.
But I love how he jumped her like to kiss her. Like that was awesome.
Oh yeah, it was
Who
such a good kiss.
It
Yeah.
was.
Like, who wouldn't like making out in the middle of the road, you know?
in
Goals.
the middle of Main Street.
In front of Granny's.
Chilling. I imagine like all of Granny's like up against the windows.
Yes!
But like, traffic in Starbrook must be like non-existent because I
Yeah.
don't think it was that late. So like, where are all the cars?
Well,
like,
if you think about it, usually they are not allowed to leave Storybrooke, so where do they have to drive to? Like,
Exactly.
then why do they have
One
cars?
there's a giant ice wall around the town, so
Yeah, exactly.
no one going anywhere.
I don't want to go into the next one. It's quite emotional.
We're getting to the top 5, people.
Yeah.
See, I love the next
Grab
one.
your tissue.
All right, number 5.
I think it's beautiful, beautifully made.
Number 5 is the elevator goodbye.
Ay.
Mm. Mm.
I watched
the
it last
corner now.
night and I cried again.
I cried. Yeah, I
Every
still
single
cry.
time.
You know, it's painful as it is. Like even now watching it, it was a necessary step for their relationship.
It was.
But I must say for this scene, I think this is for acting. Colin and Jen,
All
give
in
them all the
his head.
awards, please.
Yes, this
Yeah.
is my
Maybe the
number.
Emmy.
This is for me personally my number 1 favorite scene. I think it is the best performance from Colin and Jen combined. I think it is the most significant scene for them as a couple, and it is hands down perfection.
I agree.
Oh,
It was just the raw emotion. It's like there was no wall. There were absolutely no walls. Neither of them had anything
holding back.
other than
no holding back.
their raw emotion and love for each other.
And
it was, it was
The
so
way
emotional.
the way he says "I love you" is, I think, single-handedly one of the most heartbreaking things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Just the desperation to get it out.
Yeah.
It's just, oh my god.
Because you know, like at that point, you thought it was going to be for the last time, and it's just too much. Like even now, I'm like getting
I
quite
think
emotional.
you're crying right
Lindsay's
now.
crying.
Hey, like, not even
Crying.
kidding. I'm about to cry right now.
I'm just thinking about it, and like I only watch shit games afternoon. I'm still like quite
I
emotional.
warned you to grab a tissue, girl. Oh,
I love how Emma sounds like when she says "I love you" back. Like,
yeah.
oh, she sounds like a little. I don't know.
And
She
then
sounds cute.
when they get like, and then we're going on the lift, and like we're holding hands, and then it's too far, and he's grabbing to hold her.
Oh, that was
Just
perfection.
can't.
That's perfection right there.
yeah, it was. I
All
don't
the
know. It
awards.
was heart wrenching. Absolutely heart
The
wrenching.
desperation in their...
The tears on both of them, can't handle it.
You
And
can
they're-
tell
they're-
they've like worked on that scene over and over again because they both look absolutely exhausted.
Yeah, it was
Like-
it was a struggle for both of them. Colin told me.
Did he
Oh,
now?
Oh yeah, were you? Oh, you weren't here for that episode. That's right. No, yeah,
You need
I
to
asked him
listen to
about this.
episode 1, Lindsay.
Yeah, I
I
asked him
have
about
done,
this.
yeah, I have done.
And-
I'm just teasing you, but episode 1, listeners. That's episode 1. Here's Sarah's story.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
Just the desperation in their voices and their pleas to each other for him to say to her to not let those walls back up since I spent so much time bringing them down, and then for her to say don't let me be your unfinished business and move on was just
They're so
Heartbreaking.
selfless.
They
It's
are.
just incredible.
Putting each other first, and that
Yes.
is true love. That
It
is
is.
true love in
It
itself.
even at
They
the
weren't
end, it's
thinking
like,
about themselves at that moment. They were thinking about each other.
What's best for each other, yeah.
Exactly.
which is just great.
Uh,
And then I think that's what did it for me as well. I was just like, oh my god, they're both just they just love each other so much. I mean, they just care about each other so much. They know that they're never going to see each other again, and the last thing they're saying is the one thing that each other needs to hear
Yes.
for it to be easier for them and better for them.
and then to make it all worse, you had the saddest rendition of Mark Isham's theme playing over top of it.
I know.
And
Well,
the
that's
You're a
fact that
cruel
we actually,
man, Mark Isham. You're a cruel man.
Yeah.
and the fact that we actually got Colin tearing up, seeing that tear roll
Yes.
down his cheek.
Yeah.
When his tear fell, I was like, I was
that
done.
did me in.
I was gone,
Yeah.
yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Between that and the hand kisses, I mean,
Oh, the hand kiss.
I don't know how. I don't think anyone survived that.
No, we didn't.
I think that tier was so significant, that tier, because we've never, well, apart from when Liam died, we've never really seen Hook cry.
Yeah, exactly.
And it just showed how much she means to him and how much their love means to him. And I was just like gone. I was just crying. It was so funny because I'm in the UK and I was live streaming. So it was near the end of the episode as well. So I think it was about half one, maybe 1:45 in the morning.
Jenna, me and you were messaging on Facebook when we were watching this episode.
We were, yeah. And everyone else was in bed because, it's the middle of the night for me. And I was just sat there in my bed and sobbing hysterically. And I was like, I couldn't hold it back at all. I was like, doing the full on, I can't breathe kind of sobbing, like, that kind of thing. And I thought that I was going to wake my housemate up, and I was just like, oh my God, this is terrible. This like TV show and this ship has just broken me.
I watched it before work, so I had to go to work, quite emotional.
Wow.
So
I still have the reaction photo of when I first watched the episode on my phone that I texted to my friends, and it's at God awful. That was rough.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to a little more happy moment.
Yes.
Number 4 is the lift kiss from the
finally
finale.
a quiet moment. You finally get a quiet moment
at the end of all of the season 5-ness.
All the angst.
We finally get Emma saying, "I love you," just because she can, without any drama.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are wanting a proposal or something, but I think this is perfect because this last season they had no time to sit down and actually talk about their feelings or anything. It was like a bam, 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 non-stop. So for them to actually okay, it's a quiet moment. Just how I finally can tell you about any problems. I love you. I think that's just perfect.
Yes, definitely.
It is. I love that moment so much.
And it took her a while for her to get saying, and then Killian just looking at her like, "Go on, you can say what you want to say." He's never pressuring her. Never pressuring her.
I love how he encouraged her with that look.
I love how it was a mimic of the season 4 finale when she couldn't say it when they're in her bedroom.
It was.
He gave her the same look.
Yes.
And I think that's kind of tying it all back into how season 5 has sort of helped Emma and change and also just come to terms with a lot of her issues with commitment and having those walls up and being worried about opening up to people. I think it's just shown that it has kind of helped her, even though it's been a terrible experience for both of them, it has helped her to do that.
Yes.
Well, sometimes the bad experiences are the ones where you actually learn what's important.
Yeah, definitely.
I like how he was so emotional and so happy that he lifted her up to kiss her. That was wonderful.
I have been waiting
for
that.
Easy for him. It's so easy for him to lift him.
I have been waiting for that kiss for so long because obviously all the spoiler pictures came out from the day we filmed that.
Right.
I was
I was going to say about the filming photos, when it made me laugh when there was the pictures of Colin pretending to hurt his back after you lifted him. It made me laugh.
Bullshit. She was easy to lift.
Those fans that day were so lucky.
Oh,
I know. I wish I was them.
Imagine standing on set and watching them kiss all day. I mean, goals.
I love the fact that when I saw some of the videos from filming that scene as well, when they were kissing each other and the people didn't shout cut for ages, and then Jen and Colin were just like, yeah, this is enough now, and just stopped. I can imagine there's a point, because obviously they're quite close friends, there's a point where it's it starts to get a little awkward. Yes.
Moving on to the top 3.
Woo, boy.
We made it, guys. Top 3.
Yeah.
Number 3 is the Middlemist meadow kiss. Perfect fairy tale pirate and princess Disney moment.
The visuals of this scene are some of the best that have ever been conceptualized on screen for those two.
Agreed.
Absolutely stunning.
The lighting in that scene, amazing.
And on top of that, you get the Camelot costumes, which are some of my favorites as well.
Yes.
The dichotomy of the white dress with Emma and the black pleated with the red trimmed coat for Killian is just gorgeous, and I love it.
And his hair was actually really nice in that
His
episode.
hair was on point.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
On point. I also love the scene leading up to it where he's trying to get her to get comfortable with the horse. And when he gets up on the horse and she was like, she wasn't sure about it because Rumpelstiltskin was talking to her. And he's like, Swan, stop talking to the demon in your head and get on the horse.
Yes, that's awesome. Yes.
Yeah, it's like Killian has so much faith in the relationship at this point. He's like, look, trust me, Emma. Look, I'm gonna sort this out for you. He's that confident by that stage. It's beautiful. The kiss.
I will never stop fighting for us.
So important. So important. Also, I was just really happy to get them riding on a horse. Like, that had been one of my top headcanons. And when those spoiler pictures,
said she wanted to.
Yeah, when those spoiler pictures came out, I just remember just freaking out. And I had like a countdown going as to when this episode was going to air. I'm like, we're going to get them on a horse.
I watched videos where we did like nothing. We were just like sat there, but I was watching every single video. Like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
The videos of them on the fake horse was really fun.
Yeah, like, and we didn't even do anything for ages, but I was like, I'm watching every single second of this.
When I was watching the episode, I was like, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? When's it going to happen? And it was just like the very end of the episode, and I was just like, oh, here it is, but it's still so satisfying.
But it was actually a really good episode for like Captain Swan. Like,
it was a really good episode.
I enjoyed that episode immensely.
I love the little scenes with like them spying on Henry with Violet.
Oh, there's a girl, is there?
Oh, I love that.
Killian's eyebrows are on like overdrive.
Full on dad.
Yes.
But yeah, going back to the Middlemist meadow kiss scene, I just love how it's been shot entirely. So the angle of the camera and how it sort of goes up, and just kind of follows
pans out,
and then pans out from above. I just love that imagery. Like, it's just
it was just like the end of a Disney movie. Like, it was so perfect. I fangirled so hard.
Pure fairy tale. They are like a fairy tale couple. They really are. That's the show's I think it is pretty much the show's main couple because they're a true fairy tale. Mm-hmm. They really are.
They were a fairy tale created out of thin air, and
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Needless to say.
And I just love when he gives her the flower. I just find that so romantic. It's like he's really kind of going out of his way to try and really get her mind into the present moment and with him and forget about.
When he says, by trusting me with your burden, because in that moment she put all of her trust in him, and they make me emotional. I'm sorry.
Number 2.
J-Mo.
This is my personal number 1. Just saying.
This was really a toss-up, and honestly, these two were tied. The only reason that this was number 2 and not number 1 is just because you guys had them ranked a little differently on your own personal lists. But we both, all of us had these next 2 moments on our list, so that's why they're 2 and 1. So,
my list was not in particular order. Sorry.
I was.
Way to go, Gabby.
My list is kind of like.
This could have been number 1 if you had done that.
I said it on there.
It's number 1. This top 2 could be like both our number 1s.
Agreed. Yeah, they're pretty
powerful
even
moments.
in my book. Yeah. All right. So number 2.
Moments.
Number 2 is the season 3 finale where they're finally canon and confirmed. You traded your shit for me. Yeah. Take a moment. Let the memories come back to you. Relive it.
This was one of my favorites for a long, long time. I mean, it's been one of my favorites for ages.
It will always be my favorite.
Yeah, I think for me, this scene just really hit hard. It's like, you traded your ship for me, and I mean, everyone else would say, oh, it's just a ship or whatever, but you can just see that Emma knows how much that means.
It wasn't just a ship. It was his
home.
home.
She knows that this is his home.
Yeah, she's the only person that understands that. Like, everyone else has made comments about about how he talks about his ship and how they think it's ridiculous, but like she's the only one that
she's
really
like,
understood that was his home.
Yeah.
And
They
that
said it's
kiss-
the right thing to do. It wasn't just the right thing to do. You know you wanted to do it and get her back.
He just downplays it completely, like, you know, it's like, oh, it's no
like
big
no
deal.
big deal. And it's a big
Yeah, it's
deal.
like- it's
but
like-
wait.
I feel like he always does that to not push her.
Yes.
Like he's trying
Yeah,
to downplay the significance of it as to not push her.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think that the Hook persona, and sort of the cockiness, the arrogance, is kind of a way of really kind of hiding his actual insecurities. And I think underneath, he's actually quite an insecure person, like within himself. Like he doesn't feel like he's good enough. He doesn't.
The Captain
he doesn't-
Hook persona is his wall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's his armor.
Mhm.
Emma's
That's
got the
it.
jacket.
Oh, that's deep, guys. That is so deep. I love that.
That's how
You're
I've always
welcome.
put it, so. So I think that just the fact that he's doing that, but I know you can see in her eyes, she can see through it. She knows that that's just him
Yeah.
and his walls. She knows that it's not just that, you know?
Yeah.
That's the moment it clicks for her. It's like, finally she can actually see through him. Like, you've done this huge thing. You've given up your entire home. Your entire, like, his last meant, like, she didn't know at the time, but, like, everything that means everything to him just for her. And if there was no chance, like, there was no guarantees that it would be successful, but
Yeah.
he still took that risk. And I think that's the first time, you know, someone blindly did something like that for her. So she's like, shit, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Time to take notice. Stop fighting it. Let's
Right.
just, you know.
But one
Let
thing
it-
I
let
love
it
about
be.
that is how right before she's inside Granny's with everyone talking about, you know, this adventure that they were on, and then she's the one that realizes, like, where is he? Like, he's not here. And then she actively, like, goes to seek him out, and I think that's important too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
she's always aware of him, like, and stuff, but I think she's always been, like, she's been hurt in the past, and that's what's always been holding her back. But it's like, well, hang on, I could have this great thing here. So I think when he finally, like, reveals what he actually did to get to her, she's thinking, I can't keep fighting this anymore. I have to start giving in to this beautiful potential love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, so romantic.
Yeah,
Slays
like
me every time.
it's also a kind of great theme. I'm sorry, Cam.
No, I was gonna say that kiss.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It went on for a very long time. And I remember, like, when they were filming it, they filmed it, like, they would put, like, barriers over it and stuff, so no one could actually see it when it was being filmed. So we were like, we didn't quite know if it was going to happen, but we kind of had a feeling. It was, yeah, I remember, like, I was on, like, reading spoilers, like, come on, someone must know, but they kept it a massive secret, and that's, like, the last time I think they kept such a big secret from, the season 4 finale was spoiled, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
That's
But
the
I
last time that's kept
But I
a
mean, we
secret.
all knew what was going to happen, let's be real, even without
Yeah, but to actually, like, because we had no pictures or anything, did we? So
No.
to actually see, like, yeah, it was beautiful.
I was gonna say that kiss though, it's just like, it was a really long kiss, but I just loved how gentle it was. So it was like, it wasn't like any kind of sexual tension. It was a real connecting kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's like, they were really connecting with each other. And like, half of the time they were barely touching, but it was just so meaningful. And
Well, I saw
I
some
just loved-
touching in there.
Yeah.
I meant their lips. Like, they were kissing, but it was quite gentle and soft. Sometimes they were literally just brushing against each other, you know?
It was like
And
it's like the complete opposite of the good form kiss, where it was
Yeah.
just all of that tension building up,
Mhm.
and you just two objects mashing together just to get it out. This was more of just a meeting of the minds and getting a feel for each other and exploring the potential.
And the forehead touch afterwards.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm here for that. It's so cute, just so cute.
All the forehead touches.
And her smile.
And he goes
Yeah.
back for more. Like,
So cute.
You cannot resist.
The hand on her cheek. Ew.
Yep.
I love how he plays with her
her
hair.
chin as well.
Oh, he loves playing with her hair.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, and Jenna, yes, that chin grab, yes.
Sorry, and now I'm just kind of in a little bit of a daze, just imagine enjoying it.
Why aren't we
yeah.
playing this while we're talking about it?
Because we wouldn't be able to talk about it. We'd be distracted.
That's very true.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. I'd be like that.
It'd just be us making a bunch of noises.
Just
But this was actually a great moment for me personally as well, because I live streamed the episode, and after the episode, that was like the only time Colin tweeted me. So it'll always be a big moment for me, because it's like the moment Colin tweeted me. I'll never forget it.
what did he say?
He said, because I was like freaking out. I was like, he went on at 4 a.m. and I was still awake, like buzzing, and I was like, oh, this episode was amazing. I'm like, I'm so happy and emotional, blah blah blah. And he replied saying, it's both early and late.
Aw.
Okay, I'll take it.
What a goober.
I will treasure it forever.
Well.
I'm there like freaking out, and then he's just like tweeting that. I'm like, okay.
Oh,
Is it that time, Sarah?
It's that time.
It's
Drum roll.
yay! The number
made it.
one.
We made it.
Our number one Captain Swan moment is, don't you know, Emma? It's you.
The way he says it, oh my god, my heart.
Legit tears.
The
Legit
fact that
tears.
she didn't know, like,
No, but
blows
she
my mind.
she probably knew. She just wasn't sure, and she was scared of him to say something else. She was just anticipating him to get her answer, and then when he finally let it out, then she was like, "Oh my god, this is for real."
I don't know, like, because I think, again, like, this show, it never stops. Like, they're always on the go, never stopping. And she's got so much pressure being the saviour. You know, she's trying to, like, figure out, like, how to save the day. She's trying to, like, have a relationship. She doesn't actually sit down and actually think about, oh, okay, yeah, I'm in this relationship. And to actually, like, realise, oh, he's at that point, like, and she's not actually thought about her own feelings. So
Right.
she's like, oh, shit. I need to get step back here. What the fuck?
I also just think, I mean, we've talked about how Killian doesn't think he's good enough and stuff like that, but I also think Emma is quite similar in that way too. So
oh, very true, Jenna.
I think
yeah.
she doubts herself too. So maybe she was like, oh, you know, I don't think he's going to love me that much, you know.
Well, yeah, because she had a tough upbringing, didn't she? You know, she grew up with people, like, dismissing her. She was, like, nothing. And suddenly she's given all this love from her family, like Henry, now Killian, you know, like, he didn't say the words, but it was implied, and I think she understood that, like, he didn't say I love you.
It was the best way of saying I love you without saying I love you.
It was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because again, he understands her.
appropriate. It was appropriate for that time.
Yes.
Because we hadn't gotten the I love you yet, and I think I actually preferred it at that time.
Definitely, because the way it was done, it was just beautiful.
Just
Like,
so desperate. It was just like.
It was so, like, poetic and just so reminiscent of the show, you know, with happy endings and everything. So
And her little tear. Oh,
her single tear. She's such a master of the single tear.
all the awards.
Good, so good. I appreciate the fact that during that scene, and going back to the author crap, and he was talking about how he was a villain, and he, you know, Regina lost her happy ending and was afraid that he was going to lose his, and I was just like, you are not as bad as that supposed book makes you out to be.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's like anything, you know, like a situation. You don't actually know the full story, do you? And we've learned, you know, through the seasons, Killian's story, and really, like, you know, and Regina's as well. You know, it's not all black and white. That's the whole theme of the show. It's not like good and evil. There is an in between of that.
Compared to a lot of other villains we've met, he's like one of the least villainous villains we have.
Also, I can't help but wonder if in that moment he was thinking, wow, for all of my past sins, like, it could end up with Emma being harmed as a result of my past sins, you know what I mean? Because, like, if his happy ending gets taken away, then that means something's going to happen to her. And so it's almost like he's already blaming himself for something that hasn't happened.
Yes.
He's very self-loathing, isn't he?
He is.
I think, though, from what we've seen of his past, though, I'm not really surprised because, you know, I mean, he was always being called a drunk. He was always being
first you're abandoned by your father, and then, you know, being a slave, and it's so many things. I mean, no, it's no wonder.
It's been made to feel worthless pretty much his whole life, you know. So.
It breaks my heart.
Poor baby.
It breaks my heart. It really does. And Emma as well. Emma's had like, you know, they both have, and I think that's why, you know, they initially connected, and it's only just grown from there.
Definitely.
Yeah, they both lost so much, and the fact that they were able to find each other and have this love grow from that is just beautiful.
It's the
so
most
beautiful.
One of the most beautiful like love stories I've ever experienced.
It is.
Seen.
Absolutely is. And there's still more to come.
Yes, this is only like the beginning kind of thing, you know. It's only going to grow from here.
Mm.
And you know, like I just love in that scene as well how he sounds so vulnerable. Like from at this point before that, he was still kind of like cheeky, you know, kind of like piratey kind of thing. Whereas now it's like, okay, this is how it is. And just to see that moment is just so beautiful.
I think once he changed his clothes, like from the Captain Hook clothes to the Killian clothes, I think that's where his Hook armor kind of dropped.
Yeah, I can understand. Yeah, so like the pirate coat and Emma's red jacket, it's kind of connected, isn't it? Yeah, it's like a parallel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this episode as well, though, just you know, the thing with Ursula and with Ariel, where Ariel rescues him and they have that conversation. I think he's just realizing that, you know, he's got to stop using that Hook armor or persona. He needs to just be himself, you know, to really get things done in an honest way, be true to himself and do things properly.
Mm-hmm.
Be the person he wants to be, like, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. Not the person that he became just through circumstance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of man do you want to be? It all goes back to that.
It does, yeah.
It's again,
but
it's
not
the
like
choice.
his father. Like,
not like his father.
I know, like, later on, like, he's like, oh, I might forgive you, but I still think his father's an ass. Even though Adam Crowsell is like, yes, please.
Yes!
Yes. Gorgeous.
Papa Hook!
But he's still an ass.
Still an ass. But I love Adam C. He's cool.
He is like, I've met him, and he was one of the loveliest. He kind of made my weekend.
Oh.
Him, Colin, Liam Garrigan, and Sean Maguire made it.
That's a lot of stubble. That's a lot of stubble.
That is a lot of
yes.
A lot of gorgeous stubble.
Yes.
They just,
stubble foursome.
It was a beautiful weekend, I must say. Like, I just about recovered.
It's like
all these months later, I think I've recovered.
It's like, hi, this weekend you're going to be getting double the stubble sandwich.
Oh.
Well, like, I had a Colin and Adam photo, so that was quite nice.
Double the team stubble. That's for our NSFW podcast.
I'll stick there, sorry guys.
So that's our top 10.
Woo!
Yay!
It's a pretty good top 10.
We got through it. Okay. Boom.
All right, so we had a few of our listeners submit their favorite Captain Swan moment, and so I want to go ahead and read some of those. So we had one from Twitter from, I think it's pronounced Haggett or Haggett?
Or Hajit. Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. And she said that she had a couple. She listed 4 of them. She actually provided us with gifts, which I really appreciated. I kind of made the day. So she had the "When I Win Your Heart, Emma" scene, which was not on our list, but it was
on mine.
Definitely an honorable mention there. She has the elevator scene, the Neverland kiss, and our number 1, "Don't You Know, Emma, It's You."
Yes.
So, thank you for those.
Yes.
And thank you for the gifts. Those were really nice to look at.
always
we
good to
love
provide
all your comments, guys, you know.
Yeah, we do.
Don't be afraid to, like, comment us. You know, we do really appreciate it. It does actually make us smile, and we all, like, message each other saying, look at this lovely comment we've received.
It does, yeah. Every comment that's received, we all talk about, and we kind of geek out over. So, yeah, we love it. We love it when you guys...
Feedback is our lifeblood.
But the response, like for episode 4, we've already got a brilliant response. I mean, thank you so much, everyone, for all the response you've given us. And It does make us smile every day, so do keep it coming.
Oh yeah.
So we got an email from Elaine, and she says that her favorite is the lipped kiss. And she actually had a really kind of intelligent reasoning why. So I want to read it word for word because I think it's really important. So she says, I know it's not a very popular one and some of us were expecting a bigger payoff, but thinking about how far Emma has come emotionally, it's a big deal for her to come and say without reservation or fear, I love you. It's understandable for Emma. I understand what saying I love you means for her. It means goodbye. But now she's understanding that saying I love you doesn't have to mean goodbye. Jen keeps on saying that it takes incredible strength to be so vulnerable, and it's really true in Emma's case. We've seen Emma go through so much this past season, but we've also seen her at her strongest, too. The lift kiss was definitely one of her strong moments because now she's all in. She knows that what she shares with her pirate is true love, and she knows after everything they've been through how important it is to let go and open up to love. I love how Killian smiles and picks her up after she says it, too. He knows it's a big deal for her to say that. He also knows how far she's come, too, since they've met. They've both come a long way. So, thank you, Elaine. That was I really loved
That was beautiful.
It was beautifully written.
Wonderful.
So,
Good
thank
job.
you so much.
Beautiful insight. Thank you.
And obviously we agree since it was on our top 10.
Yep, exactly.
Yes. Indeed. Yes.
We got another email from Joy. She couldn't pick one, so she gave me 5. I understand the struggle, Joy. I understand. So I think she has these in order of most important to number 5. So for her number 1, she has the graveyard reunion. She said the cheek kiss and Killian giggling was everything. I died. Agreed. Number 2 was the kiss in season 4, episode 3, which was also on our list. Emma sharing her fears of losing him like she did with Neil Grimm, and Killian saying that iconic line that he's a survivor.
Oh, yes.
And then that passionate kiss. She says they've had many great kisses over the course of the series, but that kiss melted my screen. It was so damn sizzling.
It was hot. It was hot.
Hot.
Her number 3 is one we didn't talk about. She says it's a very underrated scene, yet one of her favorites. Season 4, episode 5, when Killian says he would love to know more about Emma's past.
Yes.
His smile when he saw young Emma on tape, and when he saw her glasses, and how his jaw clenched up when he saw the picture of Neil. She says it was a poignant scene. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually forgot about that scene. So yeah, that's something to look at again. Brilliant.
Well, the episode itself was
not one to watch.
So
let's be honest.
Understandable that we sometimes forget about that scene just because
the beginning and the end were the best parts about that episode.
Yes. Her number 4 was the elevator scene. She says the scene emotionally destroyed me. I lost it when Killian started crying. Plus the fact that Colin improvised the hand kiss was just icing on the cake. One of the most tragic scenes of this entire series till date. Which agreed, absolutely.
Yep.
And her number 5 is the kiss they shared at the season 3 finale. It was magical. The background score and the ambience was on point. The first time I started believing that these two are an endgame couple. The fact that he traded his ship for her, that solidified my love for Killian, and it hasn't changed since then.
Yes.
So,
all of that.
Thank you, Joy. We agree with everything you said.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
Yes.
And we got one more from Tumblr, from Ships Ahoy.
Bianca. She's awesome.
She says a personal favorite for her is from episode 409 from Fall, where Emma says, "I'm not a tearful goodbye kiss person." Yeah, and that's a good one. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
And this is what she says about it. She says it's simultaneously romantic and heartbreaking. First, they're still pretty early in their relationship. I mean, the next episode, Hook asked Henry if Emma said that they were together. So also the fact that Killian had to see her one last time because he was pretty sure he was going to die or do something horrible. Emma calling him Killian and also allowing herself to break down a wall to say goodbye. I just can't. Also this kiss, them holding each other afterwards and her touching her lips. Yeah.
Yeah, because she kind of like reacted a little bit. She was like, something's not quite right there. Like,
she can tell something was off.
I wish it was another scene to say like, something's not right up here. Let's have a look. We didn't actually get another scene about that. It was just like, oh, whatever. I'm too busy with this.
They really brushed that under.
Yeah, that just goes into a whole other frustrating discussion that we're not going to.
But let's not go there.
Right.
So, thank you everyone for submitting those. We really appreciate it. And thank you for your beautiful thought out responses.
We always love your responses, guys. Thank you so much.
We do.
Yeah, it's great. Nice,
We want more.
interesting to listen to other people's views as well.
Yes. So let's go on to our art and fic recommendations for the week.
Who's going first?
Well, I'll go first.
Okay.
For once. So I don't have a fic rec this week. I'm not a massive reader, so I'm gonna recommend, I think, an art blog, and that's Tenant the Tigger on Tumblr.
Yes.
So it's for those who don't know how to spell it, I will let you look at the comments. Because there are dashes in there and stuff, so if you just kind of go to the comment on the video, it'll be there. But basically, they do a lot of little cute Captain Swan drawings, and quite often they do things where you can, ask for certain things to be done, and they'll draw it as well. So I really recommend that. They're really cute drawings, and they always make me smile. So yeah, Tenant the Tigger on Tumblr.
Yay!
All right.
I have a fic rec. This is becoming a pattern. Another one of my friends, her name's Caitlin, also goes by Spartan Guard on Tumblr and on fanfiction.net.
Oh, here we go. Yes.
Caitlin!
It's called A Tall Tale.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah.
It's a canon divergence from 415, Port of Fortunate Soul, where Killian isn't necessarily rescued like when he gets drowned. We find out that his background, his genes are half mermaid. So he gets transformed into a mermaid from being underwater so long. And it's just, the whole fic is trying to get him back to, trying to see if there's any way to get him back to being a human full time. And also, Emma and Killian dealing with that relationship from him needing to be in the ocean. So, and it's very well done. I love you, Caitlin. Thank you. Mwah.
Love you, Caitlin.
That sounds really interesting. I
It
might have to give
does,
that one.
yeah.
It's a really good fanfic.
It's a really good.
It.
Is it a one-shot or is it multi-chapter?
It's multi-chapter.
Multi-chapter, yeah.
Definitely putting that on the list.
All right.
So mine is a multi-chapter fanfiction, but also with a sequel. It's Worlds Unknown by Colour My Heart Red. It's basically it says Emma signs up I'll read it out to you. Emma signs up to be a test subject for a guaranteed love true match. The kicker is that she can't see her match until their wedding day.
Oh.
The moment she sees him, she knows she's doomed. But the thing is, right, it's really cute because like Killian's like in this rock band and we're just up and coming, but Emma already loves this band. Then, like,
oh gosh.
So it's like destiny or what? Then like the sequel. The sequel is like where my heart lies because I'm kind of going through a phase where I love like Daddy Killian fics, and this baby that I have is like the cutest baby like
Spoiler
ever.
alert.
I'm sorry, but if you don't expect a Captain Swan happy ending, then I'm sorry. You've come to the wrong place. You've come to the wrong place. So this baby is like in the Captain Swan like fanfiction universe, this is the most beautifully written baby. Like I don't even want a child, but this baby's so brilliant. And Killian is just a perfect dad. I recommend it. It's called World Unknown, and the sequel is called Yours to Keep, and it's by Colour My Heart Red.
I do love Colour My Heart Red, so I might have to read that one.
I love all their stuff. It's like brilliant. Yeah. 5 out of 5.
Yeah. I like Jenna. I'm not much of a reader as far as fan fiction, but I did a fan video, and since I wasn't here last podcast, devastatingly enough, it's going to be a Colifer fan video. It's called Colifer Be My Forever by Sarah Wantzer. And before people jump on me, I do ship Colin and Helen more than I do CS, so it's definitely against them. But we will have it. I guess we will have it linked up somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. in the comments, like in the description, we always link it.
It's really beautiful make.
You'll be able to find a list of all of our recommendations, as well as previous episodes' recommendations. You can find them on each YouTube video description and also on our website. I'm also going to rec a fan video because it came in handy so much this week as I was prepping for this episode. I want to shout out Miss Catherine Pierce's
she's awesome.
compilation Captain Swan video. It's like 27 minutes long. You can find it on YouTube. It is beautifully edited. She creates parallels that you never even realized existed, and the way she puts the scenes together, I can't even imagine how long it took her to make this. But it's beautiful, like the coloring and all the song choices. She uses a lot of great instrumental movie scores, and it's
beautiful,
phenomenal. And it has
looks like a movie.
It has all of their best moments. So it's 27 minutes long, and it's got every great moment, and it will just make you so emotional. Like I got done watching it, and I'm like, this totally sums up why I love Captain Swan so much. This whole video.
So look at that.
Yeah, yep.
I watched it like yesterday while getting ready, getting clothes. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, it came in so handy to prep for this episode this week.
And here I thought you were going to recommend my one shot. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
Self-promotion right there.
Yes, in regards to last week when I begged and pleaded for someone to do a Death Eaters AU, JMO, my love, wrote me one, and I will put the link in the description so that you can all read it. So for all you Harry Potter fans, after you finish reading The Cursed Child, because I know that's what you're all doing right now, go ahead and read JMO's one-shot, Death Eater one-shot. It's brilliant.
It is. I absolutely adored it. I mean,
Thank you.
It's dark, but in all the best ways.
Yeah. I mean, you can't do a Death Eater one-shot and not be dark.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Because she always does the thing. Does the thing for me.
I love you.
She is the squad. We always rely on her. She's the squad reliable fanfiction writer.
Thanks, guys. All right. So
all right. That wraps up our discussion for this week. As always, check us out on social media. We are all over the place. You can catch us at OUACS podcast on Twitter. We're on Instagram by the same name. We have our own website on WordPress. Again, ouacspodcast.wordpress.com. You can find all of our recs there. We're also going to post all of our own personal top 10 lists that we all made, so you can check out what each of us had and how we ranked our scenes. So they'll be posted on there when the episode goes live. So
yes, mine's not ranked in a specific order.
Just a heads up.
Yes.
And don't forget to just subscribe to Tumblr so that way you get alerts to your phone when the new episodes are out.
Also, on Facebook, we've got a Facebook as well. So again, OUACS podcast again. So get involved. Just comment and get involved.
Yeah,
so
we've been loving your comments on YouTube. We love all the suggestions you're sending us for ideas you want to hear us talk about on future episodes. We are writing all of that down and taking all that into consideration. We've got so many great episodes planned and ideas for the rest of this hiatus, so keep checking us out. We're going to have great content coming through you all the way up until season 6 premieres.
And then we'll start talking about the episodes.
Yes. And don't forget, we're on Audio Boom now as well, so download the app and you can listen to us on your phone. So you're not obligated to get on YouTube. This is just a great, easy way to do it. So check us out on Audio Boom. And as always, check us out on our own personal social medias. Yeah. We talk about all kinds of crazy things on our own personal Twitters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tumblr and all that.
Yeah. So you can check us all out on there. I am Nerdy Ever After on Twitter and Tumblr.
I'm CS is my endgame on Twitter. Captain Swan is my endgame on Tumblr.
I am at Elbrads on Twitter and Captain Elbrads on Tumblr.
And I am at Jenzica91 on Twitter. And I think I'm just at just Jenzica on Tumblr. You can tell that I'm so good at social media. I think that my thing is
Sorry, Jenna, I did not mean to do that.
But you can find the link to my Twitter account on the OUACS website. So
yeah, you can find all these links. Check all these links out on our website.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If you want to get in touch with Gabby, hit her up on the Facebook page.
Send me a message.
Facebook page or the email.
Yes. Yep. ouacspodcast@gmail.com. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for us, hit us up through email. A lot of people have been doing that, so we really appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
We love your comments and even post some pictures if you like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, share your pictures and your experiences. What's Captain Swan mean to you? That kind of thing.
I love cosplay photos. If you guys dress up or do cosplay, post them. I love that stuff.
I love edits and minutes, so if you do those, post them. Love to see them.
Oh yeah, all that.
Next week we're gonna continue a part 2 of our CS Appreciation Week because we have so much to talk about and we didn't even get through half of it. So we're just gonna keep going next week with part 2 of this. So stay tuned for that. Continue to send us your favorite moments. Send us your thoughts as to what Captain Swan means to you. How's it impacted your life? Just send us all your goodies about how you feel about Captain Swan. We eat that stuff up, and we will talk about all of it on the show. If you guys get in contact with us with your thoughts, we will put them on the show. So
we will mention you by name.
Shout out.
We love you guys. So, seriously, just continue giving it. I mean, you do make us smile. Please just continue.
Captain Swan bringing people together.
It brings joy to the world.
Yes.
One big CS family.
Yes.
Team love.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate all you guys. And that's a wrap. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.